Greetings, all you minis, my name's Grimes, and today I kind of just want to talk about Enlisted and why I personally would recommend people to play it. So, firstly, this is not a sponsored video at all. I don't think I'll ever be sponsored by Gaijin or anybody like that, so there's that, but whatever. This is just me talking about a game I have quite a lot of passion for because Enlisted is overall just a very fun game. So, what exactly is Enlisted? Free to play, obviously, which is a very, very good thing, and it's just a really funny, kind of weird World War II game that is. It's like if World War II was in arcade mode. There is some realism, though, as in you can't really take a whole lot of damage. You don't move very fast. You're one soldier in a whole squad, and you should really work together with your entire team. Um, Tanks are scary. Artillery is scary. Planes can be scary, but you can shoot planes down with a bolt-action rifle if you're good, or just an LMG, which is actually easier. You can even do it with an SMG, but that's even harder to do. But yeah, bolt actions tend to one-shot from the chest. So if you just get randomly just one tap from really far away with from about someone, you got shot with a bolt action, and it does not matter the bolt action. It can be anything from the Gurkano in 6.5 to the 8mm Mauser and the 30 cals of Russia and America. It doesn't matter. One shot and you're basically down. And if you're not dead, then you are in a bleed out state, and that soldier's probably screwed unless you can get them up, but whatever. Anyway, so the whole game has a whole lot of pretty significant battles from World War II in it. There's quite a lot of different sort of maps, and there are 4 armies in total. There are, of course, you have the Allied powers and the Axis powers. The Axis powers is just grouped together in one, and then you have the Japanese, which are just sort of there. They are only in the Pacific, so yeah, and they're really only fighting. And they're only fighting the Americans. So you have the Americans, which also include the British mixed in with them as well. And you have the Russians, who are just, of course, the Russians, and they are only really fighting the Germans slash Italians. The Italians are also with the Germans. It's kind of a hodgepodge thing. It's not like it's not like you can choose specific armies. It's just Ally or Axis. That's just that. So a major tip I will give to any player of this game just starting out: stay at battle rank 2. What that means is all your equipment for your entire army stays at battle rank 2 for your all your squads. So why? As soon as you go to battle rank 3, you're going to be paired with, sometimes your teammates will be battle rank 4, but sometimes also the enemies will be battle rank 4. So if you stay at battle rank 2, or the 1 to 2 really, everything is just way more balanced because most people don't really have semi-autos. It's mostly just bolt actions, SMGs, and some light machine guns. You're not going to have basically the Germans with the STG-44, which is downright overpowered, and you're also not going to really go against the Germans with the MG-42, which is also downright overpowered. And it's just, I seriously just find it way more fun when everyone just has basically the same type of equipment. Bolt actions, SMGs, and LMGs. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Some anti-tank rifles. Quick tip with anti-tank rifles: don't shoot a tank directly. Hit it from the back. With any anti-tank firearm, any anti-tank method, go for the back unless it's like the TNT charge, and you get to stick it to a tank and sacrifice yourself and destroy it. That's always fun. And also, cook your grenades, because you can throw grenades back, except Molotovs. Anyway, there's quite a few different game modes, but it mostly is just, are you defending a thing or attacking a thing? So, in terms of say destruction, if you're attacking, you're trying to plant explosives and destroy a sector. And the enemy is trying to make you not do that. And the attacking team will almost always have limited spawns. So the defending team just has to win the war of attrition. if as the defending team and you're able to kill all of the reinforcements, 1,000 total, you win. But as soon as they capture an objective, they will get some of their reinforcements back. There is one game mode, I don't exactly remember what it's called, but it's literally you capture a point, you get some reinforcements, and same thing with the enemy. So you can go back and forth between capturing and losing, and it's just a war of attrition. Some matches can take quite a long time like this. And also there is a normal, I think basically normal mode of invasion, where you're just trying to capture strategic points as the attackers. And me personally, I find it a lot easier to attack. Because as with artillery, you can just drop artillery directly onto the place that they're starting out at, and you can kill a good number of them. You can destroy any sort of emplacements, any machine guns, any anti-tank cannons that they might have. Very, very helpful. Artillery is very strong. Russian Badger said that artillery is downright useless. He is wrong because he is a goddamn rat that doesn't understand anything. Badger, no, artillery in Enlisted is goddamn terrifying if you use it correctly. Same thing with bombers and other sorts of planes. And also, mark enemy tanks. Mark enemy vehicles. Mark everything. If you see that there's a lot of enemies in one spot, mark it so your team's like, okay, there's a bunch of enemies there and we should focus on taking them down, and they might even have a rally point. With an engineer, you can put down spawn points called rally points. And let me tell you, these can turn a match around. One single spawn is the difference between winning and losing. It's actually crazy. They are very loud though. You will be able to hear them. It's a Morse code beep, and if you find it, you can destroy it, and you can basically slow the enemy down like crazy. But the enemy can also do the same thing to you. Also, snipers are helpful, especially if you are trying to take out a machine gun nest or something. You can destroy the gun with a sniper, or just farm headshots if you want to do that, but eventually you'll get found. So, and also, you know this game's unrealistic when you can actually kill most tanks basically all tanks in this game, I'm pretty sure, with a 50 caliber machine gun. No. By the middle of World War II, tanks were basically impervious to 50 caliber. So, yeah. But the game isn't trying to be super serious. I mean, this is a game where you can run around and shoot a PTRD standing and reload it by yourself on off the shoulder. No, that is like how heavy is that thing? Like 45, 50 pounds? PTRD is crazy. It's a big metal tube that shoots a very powerful anti-material round. Anyway, the game isn't trying to be super serious. And you shouldn't take the game super serious anyway, but some people still do. The main culprits are people that play Germany and are at least high battle rank 2 or early battle rank 3, which is most of the time if you are battle rank 2 yourself, like I always am. And it's not fun going against sweaty Germans because most of them all have either SMGs or some form of the STG-44. Delete this. That's obnoxious. Or they have MG-34s or MG-42s in soldiers' hands, and a lot of them, and it's really, really annoying. I believe they did nerf some of those LMGs, because last time I used an MG-34, it was a laser beam, but I actually did use it recently, and it was not a laser anymore, thank God, because we do not need 1,200 rounds a minute laser beams. That two-shot. Speaking of which, the BAR is terrifying, but that's battle rank 3, so I wouldn't go in that territory. Again, stay battle rank 1 to 2. And there's a whole other thing in there where you can give your soldiers different perks, and you can upgrade weapons. Here's the thing, though. I don't see a point of upgrading weapons. Why? Because a bolt action is going to one-shot to the chest, no matter the distance or anything. You're not really upgrading anything. And with SMGs, they all basically have no recoil, especially, say, like the M3 Grease Gun or MP34. Low rate of fire SMGs basically have no recoil. And the PPS-42/PPS-43, it might as well be an assault rifle. So, especially with that really hot pistol caliber of 7.62 Tokarev. But anyway, so just, yeah, I don't really see the point of upgrading weapons. But that's just me. This game is also not historically accurate because there are some guns that just did not exist in World War II. Like, straight up did not exist. Like the M2 carbine did not exist in World War II. That's a Korean War thing. The select fire version of the M1 carbine. Yeah, no. That was a Korean War thing. Anyway, so with all that being said, yeah, Enlisted is a very good game. There are some like oddities about it. Sometimes your soldier would get stuck, but you can just kill your soldier. There's a command for that. You just pause the game and kill a soldier. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And overall, it just is a very fun game. I will say though, some games can last a really long time, especially if it's, everything's going back and forth, and it's like you're doing an uphill battle. Many things can happen. But it's a fantastic game. I am so glad I decided to get it after watching a Russian Badger video on it. I also use this code for extra goodies. So there's that. This is me just shouting out Russian Badger, but I love that guy. He's an idiot, but I love him. Him and his friends are super funny. Anyway, Enlisted is amazing. It really is. There are some things that they could add to it. There's definitely some things I want them to take away. I want this game to be more historically accurate, but I don't know what they'll do. Is the game pay to win? It depends. If you play on the upper echelon of everything you have is maxed out. And you have all the weapons. Tier 4. I think it's also Tier 5 too now. Just everything maxed out. Then yeah, I would say it's pay to win. But as a Tier 1, Tier 2 player, everybody has pretty much the same equipment. It all just looks different. Your bolt actions are going to one-shot to the chest. Your SMGs are going to have decent rate of fire and recoil and low damage at close range, but they're designed for close range. LMGs are going to hit harder, but they're more inaccurate. And, you have a few shotguns thrown in here and there. The shotguns actually have range, by the way. So that's cool. I just wanted to do this video and describe to you what Enlisted is like in a very, very crude, brief way. It's fantastic. I would absolutely recommend it, especially if you're looking for maybe a World War II-esque game, but not like a simulator. This is not really a simulator game. It can act like that if you want it to, but really, I call it World War II if it was in arcade mode, with some mild realism. World War II, where war crimes were not a thing. That's fucked up. I probably shouldn't say that. But yeah, anyway. Definitely play Enlisted. I do recommend it. It's, out of all the games that are sponsored games, it's probably the only good one. It really probably is. Because there's a lot of these other sponsored games, sponsored YouTubers that are kind of shit. But Enlisted, for me, it's just a fantastic game. It really is. So, check it out. Again, this isn't sponsored by Gaijin or anything. It's not sponsored in any way. I'm just saying, yo, Enlisted. It's honestly a fucking awesome game. And it's a really, really fun game. It's not going to be for everybody, but those players that it does catch, it's going to hold on to because it's really fun. And I hope that more updates for it come out. I hope there's more maps. I hope they include more battles. Maybe different game modes too. Just a bunch of stuff. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, in Trilby, we trust.